Hi, everybody. I wanted to talk about setting up custom mail to links or icons in your Experience Cloud page. For example, on my portfolio at the very bottom footer, I have icons to email, GitHub, Trailhead, and LinkedIn, and these all open in a new tab if they're clicked. I have them open in new tabs because I do not want them to navigate away from the page. If I click one of these and it opens on the same page, then they will have to figure out how to get back to my portfolio. If I click my mail link, it opens a new page and it's going to open up to this email where the email is pre-filled. Somebody can send it to me and it shows the subject line. When you have this on your site and somebody clicks it for the first time, they will have to choose their email client. I already had it set up for Gmail, so I have these throughout my site. And there are 3 ways to do this. I'm going to show you the easiest way first. If you are not familiar with using Experience Cloud, go to my playlist where I have a step-by-step introduction on how to create an Experience Cloud site. You'll need to know and be familiar with the back end of Experience Cloud to follow along with this video. Anything I do in this video will either be in that playlist or in the Experience Cloud tips playlist. This is a mock site that I created for these videos. I am currently in the builder and I've set up a page called Contact Me. We will go to that page. There's nothing on this page because I haven't put anything. I have a footer and a section. At the end of the video, I will show you where to access the code and get any links that we talk about in the video. We're going to the lightning bolt on the top left and grab a component. I'm going to type in rich because I want a rich content editor. I'm going to drag it to the page and drop it. I am able to go in and edit this. The first thing you might want to do is upload an image. I'm going to upload an image that I already had, an email icon. I screenshotted this. I want everybody to remember when you bring a picture into a page on Experience Cloud, you want to make it accessible. For a screen reader or people that have visual impairments, they don't know what an image is if they can't see it or they can't see it clearly. We add what we call alt text, which is alternative text. That gives a screen reader the ability to tell them what image they're looking at. I'm going to right click on this and add my alt text, and you want to keep it concise, simple, and clear. And never say an image of, because they know it's an image. They just don't know what it is. I am putting email icon. I'm going to put some text, email me now. Now I want to format this. So I'm going to bring this over to the center. I'm going to change my text. I'm going to make it larger. And I'm going to color it a light brown. Now that I have that in there, you're going to go to the custom code I send you to at the end of the video, and under custom links for rich content editor component, you can hyperlink right here. Grab this and we're going to put it here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it behind the image. I click the add a link. I want to open it in a new tab. It's up to you if you don't want to do that. Hit OK. I will also do the same with this text and add a link. I do show you how to personalize this in the sheet that I was just in. I'm going to hit publish. Publish is the same thing as save. It will not take long because I don't have much on the site. I'm going to go to my public site and I'm going to go to the Contact Me page and we'll see how this looks. I see the words and I see an icon. If I hover over the icon, I can see that it's going to click something. If I hover over this, this is also a link. And just click one. Now I have set to open in a new page. It will open with the recipient already set and the subject line. I can type and hit send. I close the window and I'm back at the site. The second way is to use an HTML component without an image, just text. There are several reasons people like to use HTML components. For me, I have more control over what I'm putting on the page. Go to the top left and click the lightning bolt, which houses the components. Type in HTML, brings up an HTML editor, drag it to the page and drop it. I have the ability to edit the markup, which is the code. Hit this button and it opens up here, but I need to grab the code. I'm going to go back to the sheet and I'm going to go back to creating mail to links without images. I'm going to grab the full code. When you come back to this page, I've color coded it to show you how to customize it. I'm going to go back here and I'm simply paste that in there and hit save. I have this set up. Let me close out of here. It's in blue and it's a certain size. Really quickly, I'll show you that I'm going to change that back up to 36px text. And for color, it says blue. I'm going to type in red, but if you know the hex code, you can enter the hashtag in the hex code or the RGB code as RGB codes are listed. That is helpful when you have exact brand colors you want to use. This is a way with HTML you can control the exact color on your site. I'm going to hit save. We're going to hit publish on the top right. We'll come over to the public site, refresh and make sure that's there. And again, I have a clickable link and it opens up. I'm going to close that and show you the last way, which is my favorite. That is also using an HTML component. Let's go to the top left where we see a lightning bolt and it says components. Type in HTML and drag and drop an HTML editor on the page. But this time I want an image. And the reason I don't like this image, this screenshot has that gray behind it. I can upload an image icon and avoid that. I have a link that I will show you at the end of the video where you can get an icon. I'm going to that link now. What I did is I had earlier typed in this search for icons, emails, and click search. Now I have email icons. You can put in the exact hex code, and this is really neat because then you'd have it colored for you right away. I'm just going to put in a hex code to show you here, but you have to hit go and everything's changed in the colors. When I'm ready to pick an icon, I would click on it and scroll down and you have different formats: ICO, PNG, GIF, JPG, and ICNS. For what we're doing and the purposes of the HTML code we're using, you need either the PNG or the JPEG. It has different sizes. For mine, to show you for this video, I picked 128 by 128, a JPEG image. Click on it and I downloaded it. Go to the back end of your setup in Salesforce. I went to setup, type in static resources. I started typing it here, click it here, and then you come to the static resource list. Hit new. You name it, something you're going to remember, put in a description, choose the file from your drive, and change this to public. If you don't change it to public, nobody's going to see it, and save. I've already done this earlier. If we go back to static resources, you can see I have my email icon. If I click on that, then it brings me to this page. There's a very important link. It says view file. Click on that link and it opens up your files. I can see the one I did earlier, but what is really important is up here in the URL. First thing you're going to do is grab the CSS code. Let's go grab that. This is creating mail to links with images. I apologize. I will fix that. It'll say creating mail to links with images once it's fixed. You're going to upload your image. I give you the information here and I tell you what I just showed you was the important part. We're going to grab my code here. We're going to copy it. I'm going to place it in the markup by pasting it. But this needs to be changed right here. It's got to be the one I uploaded. So that's where I'm going to go over here. I've already highlighted it. I'll copy it. And I'm going to come over here and right after the slash, you're going to replace it. Then you hit save. Now I can see it. I've placed it where it's a little off center. I do show you in the sheet how to change that, but I'll show you real quick. If I go back to the markup, I have it 10% on the left. Let's go 30%. This is the percentage on the page that I'm looking at. We'll change that to 30% and save. You can see where it moves. So you'll have to adjust it where you want. I'm going to hit publish. Then we're going to go over to the site, refresh the page, and let's see what we have. There it is. Watch what happens when I click on it. It opens up and allows me to send an email that is pre-filled. I'm going to close that and show you one other thing. If we go back to Experience Cloud, if I grab this and dropped it in the footer, it looks more appropriate. That's where it's going to be on all my pages. And this is where you want to pick different size images. I did pick the 128. I would say half that size, the 64 by 64 is the correct size. Let's move it We'll say 50% and see what that looks like. Now it's halfway through the page. Hit publish. Go back here. Let's see if it moved as the footer. It is at the bottom, and any content as I put in here will fill in and it'll make spaces. I do talk about sections in other videos. Let me show you where to get all the code and information we just went over. I will link to my portfolio. On my portfolio page, you go to the More tab, go to Build Your Brand. And on this page, I have all the resources listed. If we go down here, we have the free icons. I have the custom CSS and HTML code. You click on this, and it takes just a moment, and it loads the code. You can download it and have it for your own, where you copy and paste. I've got it color-coded to show you how to customize it for your own site. If you do this, I would love you to send me a personal message, and I'd love to look at it on your site. Good luck.